My name is Yasmin.
My name is Ruben.
My name is Becca.
My name is Chautauqua.
My name is Kaylee.
My name is Stephanie.
My name is Bela.
I'm Ethan.
My name is Candace.
What student voice means to me is being able to be heard by other students, by faculty members, and by your parents.
If you're able to have your voice heard, the ideas will formulate to come together to create a community that everyone's happy in and everyone feels comfortable in.
To make an impact on the school, and to be listened to and to be heard.
These voices of the students translate into actions, because I feel like that's the best way to measure this.
For a student to voice a problem that they think or something that they could change within the school and to get a response quickly and to see results makes them feel more a part of the school community, and it makes them feel respected.
At the school we have a school council, and it's made up of teachers, parents, and students, and the principal. So basically we talk about different ways to make the school better. We also talked about academic integrity.
I think the Academic Integrity Project was received very differently because students were leading it as opposed to the administration, just because receiving it from a peer made it seem like we were kind of trying to make the school better as a whole, as opposed to kind of punishing people for what they've done in the past.
I'm Brian. I'm the principal of Natick High School in Natick, Massachusetts. Student voice matters because you end up with a better outcome. I need to turn to the students to say, this is just as much your school as it is your teacher's school or your principal's school. In fact, it's more their school than ours.
I also think that teachers have the ability to make personal connections with students, and when they do that, it creates an environment of caring for each other, and students are more willing and wanting to learn in an environment where the teacher cares about them and makes those personal connections.
Yeah, my favorite part of class is like in the very beginning of the year when we do like our class norms. So that like the teachers are giving what they expect and the students are giving what they expect, so that the rest of the year can go by smoothly and we can all respect each other and just have the normalities of the class that we will go through every day.
And I really think that's important because that allows us to kind of act as a whole community as opposed to separate teachers and students and administration. We're all kind of one big community.
So the moderator is not here, yeah? Should I start? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all honorable participants and the loving audience, all beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I am Hamad Hussein from Lebanon, and I welcome you all on this special day dedicated to International Conference World Student Voice, WSV. International Internship University, IIU, brings the brightest ideas in education. We're a global philanthropic foundation to support through lifelong learning, the educational, professional, and personal development of people in education, training, youth, and support across the world. Our future is in the hands of our students. Let's empower them and give them a chance to express their ideas freely. When a student has his voice under complete control, it is safe to take up the lyric reporter of Mendelssohn. How simple and charming they are. Al-Maghlaq said, the right to be seen and taught as individuals. Similarly, all come to the classroom with a different set of skills and abilities. Some students are great writers, others are great at math. Some have trouble remembering information that's presented to them in an auditory manner. Others have trouble sitting still for a long time. Even though it's difficult to plan individualized instruction, particularly in large classes, teachers should work to see all students as the individuals that they are and provide sources or activities to help them meet their potential. The right to be expected for their differences. Students come into the classroom with all kinds of differences. They are different races. They have different socioeconomic statuses. They have different interests and viewpoints. Teachers should not put students down or treat them negatively because of these differences, and they should not allow other students to bully them or put them down for these differences. Instead, teachers should create a classroom environment that recognizes the value of different perspectives. And now, I am pleased and honored to introduce International Student Development Council. Education is an admirable thing, but it's well to remember from time to time that nothing worth knowing can be taught, Oscar Wilde said. International Internship University (IIU) is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional costs and providing access to more than 1,000 courses and internships to their e-learners across 195 countries and 6 continents throughout the year with over 150 offices around the world. International Internship University (IIU) is united in the commitment to provide exclusively free education to all the children and the youth of this world under this global hub. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with the World Education Organization (WEO) and International Accreditation Organization (IAO) and collaborated with all the world's top universities and educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses (MOOC). IIU provides various certificates including diploma, graduation, post-graduation, post-graduation diploma, post-graduation courses, and honorary doctorates. IIU has received many accreditations as per international standards for their innovation, vision, creative ideas, research, and white paper publication. Piyush Pandit believes that the Student Council helps to share ideas, interests, and concerns with teachers and school principals. He, through IIU International Student Development Council, helped raise funds for school, college-wise activities, including social events, community projects, helping people in need, and school reform. Most schools participate in food drives, fundraisers, and parties, many extension of their formal education. Student council operate in many forms. The structure of the student council varies from institution to institution. Piyush Pandit provides a forum for student opinions, interests, and desires so these may be understood by the entire student body, faculty, administration, and community honestly reflecting and interpreting the student viewpoint. Piyush Pandit believes in together we can, we should, and we will achieve the dreams that every student of the globe should have. First, safe, healthy, and stable places to live, learn, and work. Second, healthcare services at a moderate rate. Third, opportunities to acquire primary, secondary, and higher education along with the training, life skills, and to succeed in jobs, careers, self-sufficiency, and adulthood. But not and yeah. Piyush Pandit says together we will achieve more. We should inspire each other to expand our minds and perspectives, always striving to explore new ideas and innovations for the betterment of the world. And now, let's begin. It's time to invite our first guest, who is from Malaysia. Um, our first guest is Chris Emmanuel Martin. Please, the floor is yours. Chris Emmanuel Martin from Malaysia.
Chris. Okay, I'll share screen for you, Chris. Thank you. Okay, hang on a minute, Chris. Muhammad, is the screen visible to you?
Yeah, it is. All good.
All right. Okay, over to you, Chris.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone. Hi, my name is Chris. I'm 12 years old and I'm currently schooling at SK St. Patrick, Malaysia. What is education? Education is a form of learning in which the habits, beliefs, skills, values, and knowledge of a group of people are transferred to one generation by research, training, discussion, teaching, and or telling a story. Learners can educate themselves or take places under the guidance of others. Anything that has a format that affects the way one feels, acts, or thinks can be considered education. What age goes to school? In Malaysia, every child who reaches 7 years old must study in a primary school. It is mandatory for all children between ages of 7 and 12 to study in a primary school. This is to ensure that every child can get an education. Education is an indispensable part of our lives. Education is the most basic and the most important part to each people. What is the educational system of Malaysia? The school system is structured on a 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 model with 6 years of compulsory primary education beginning at age 7, followed by 3 years of lower secondary education, 2 years of upper education, and 2 years of pre-university senior secondary study. The main legislation governing education is the Education Act of 1996. The Malaysian government provides free education for the primary and secondary levels, which is 11 years for each student. What are the education strategies in Malaysia? 12 initiatives that have been taken are reduce centralized administration of schools and higher education institutions, reduce dependency on government funding for higher education institutions, reduce higher education institutions programs that are irrelevant to industry. 4. Raise the attractiveness of national schools. 5. Raise the quality of early childhood care and education and basic education curriculum. 6. Raise community support for education. 7. Raise entrepreneurship education at the tertiary level. 8. Raise soft skills for higher education students. 9. Raise commercialization of research, development, and innovation. 10. Raise industry involvement in higher education curriculum and practical training. 11. Create need professional development programs for teachers and school leaders. And 12. Create massive open online courses and learning. Last but not least, there are many opportunities created and given to students in Malaysia to excel in their studies. We are hoping for most students to be successful in their studies and be successful in their undertaking. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you so much for the opportunity as well.
Chris, you all the time impress me, you know? All the time you impress me. You are very good, very good. Thank you, Nirmala, for being here with him and with another student from previous days. They are really amazing because they have a really amazing teacher. Thank you, love you so much.
Thank you so much, Corina, for always giving us the opportunity.
Thank you too.
Muhammad as well. Wonderful moderator. I can't believe that
Yes.
he's a student. You know, he's really doing a wonderful job.
He is all the time ready for
Very
us.
much,
Thank you
Ella.
for
You are
this.
really, really amazing. Much love for you.
Sejal, are you here with us? Is your internet
Yes,
connection?
yes, ma'am.
We
Ma'am, my
cannot
sincere apologies for joining late.
we cannot see you. I cannot see you. Maybe your
Uh,
internet connection is still
I think it is still struggling.
okay. So Sejal Kodari or Chodari,
Yes.
it's our moderator for today. Maybe you will not see her for a long time, but I hope we can see her till the end of this meeting. So I will pass the floor to her. Welcome, Sejal, and let's go on.
Ma'am, so shall I invite the next speaker?
Yes, please.
So please forgive me if I pronounce each other's name incorrectly. And I would like to.
Let's listen. Let's do like this. Let's ask who is prepared. Please raise your hand because it's possible some students to join later. Oh, Gary is here and ready. Okay, so let's give the floor to Gali from Indonesia.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. So first of all, before I start off my speech, I would like to thank the entirety of IIU for having this event, and I would also like to thank the moderators, the moderator team, for keeping this event going and granting me the opportunity to present my opinion. So the topic that I'm going to talk about or present about in this case is a topic regarding rights and obligations in a democratic world. And since the theme is about students like let your voice out students, right? I decided that it would be perfect if I would link the topic to students. Right. So a democratic world, what is that actually in the first place? So a democratic world is a world where everyone's allowed to freely express themselves as long as they're not hurting or opposing other people that are having different views than them. So basically it can be boiled down by a world where everyone can tolerate and respect each other while also being one's self. So basically they do not care about differences and stuff. They just like still think of them as friends, buddies. So that's a very beautiful world, but it will be hard to be applied in a huge scale. So I think we should apply it in a smaller scale. For example, between students, right? So students and students, how can we apply democratic rights and obligations to them? So here's the thing. Students with like different races, religions, backgrounds, and so much more are still getting like bullied and disrespected to this day, which should not happen under any circumstances. And of course, that should not happen, especially in a democratic world. So what should happen is they should, of course, respect and tolerate each other. A good example, two good examples that I thought regarding this topic is that, so for example, there's a friend circle, right? And then there's this one student that has a different religion compared to like the other circle. And then this one student said to the others that, hey guys, I need to go. It's my prayer time. Do you mind if I do my prayer? Now what should happen is the other students should like, of course, we don't mind. You should go ahead and commit your prayers, because like they should respect and understand, because it's like the one student's duty, because it's like their religion and stuff. The second example is students should befriend everyone, while not judging by like their background, race, status, religion, and all that other stuff. Basically, do not nitpick and do not yeah, just not nitpick. But that's between students, like students to students. How about students to adult? Between different age ranges. A good a good application of like rights and obligations in a democratic world to this is that the adults should not look down and force fed their opinions on students. Basically, like what I mean is like, for example, a teacher is talking about this political view on something, right? And then the student raises their hand and said, I want to give my opinion on this. Now, what should happen is that the teacher should, of course, allow the student to basically say their opinion on the topic, not like just you shut up, do not tell your opinion. You are forced to agree with me because I'm an adult. No, that should not be the case. The students are also human beings, and they may actually have some greater ideas than adults sometimes. You know what I'm saying? All right. So basically, like my main point of this, or like of my speech, of my presentation, is that students deserve to be tolerated and respected, and everyone else, well, not just students, basically like everyone, especially in a democratic world, has the obligation to tolerate and respect each other, no matter the differences, and not fight each other over different views. And yeah, that's all from me. I apologize for any of the mistakes I made. I would also like to apologize for the lack of presentation slides. I hope that's okay with everyone here. So yeah, thank you for paying attention.
Gali, you don't need a presentation. Your speech was simple, wonderful. I loved the parallel which you made by religion. Yes, we must respect each other, religions and culture and traditions, and no one have to stop you to do your duty in this side. And also the political field which you mentioned there with your teacher. Wow, wow, you impress us all. Thank you very much for joining us. You are great. You are wonderful. All the time we are waiting for you to join in IIU. Thank you. Sejal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go on.
So I would like to invite the next speaker to the floor. Whosoever is ready, please, you may raise your hand.
Yes, guys, we will not read the names from the list. Please just raise your hand if you are prepared, and let's go on. Who is the next? Simon from Romania, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself. I cannot see you.
Yeah, my camera is broken. I tried to fix like an
Okay.
hour and I.
Okay.
Um, can I
Introduce
start?
yourself and go on. Yes, please.
Good afternoon. I am Simone Loagă from Școala Superioară Comercială Nicolae Crețulescu from Bucharest, Romania. I wish to express my gratitude to IIU for giving me and all the students present here today the opportunity to have our voices heard. All people should be equal and should have rights, and students' rights are important because they represent the future of society, and if they are supported, they can become change makers, leaders, the one who will build a better world. Students have the right to speak out, to say their opinion freely, and even to express their point of view regarding school policies. Students' rights are those rights such as civil, constitutional, contractual, and consumer rights, which regulate students' rights and freedoms and allow students to make use of their educational investment. These include such things as the rights to free speech and association, to equality, autonomy, safety, and privacy, and accountability in contracts and advertising, which regulates the treatment of students by teachers and administrators. In general, most countries have some kinds of students' rights introduced in their laws. Some countries, like Romania in the European Union, have comprehensive student bills of rights, which outline both rights and how they are to be put in practice. Romania is the country with the greatest students' right legislation currently in place. In 2011, the National Alliance of Students Organization in Romania, which is also part of the European Student Union, worked with the Romanian national government to bring into laws the Romanian National Students Code of Rights and Responsibilities. This document provides Romanian students with roughly 100 theoretical and procedural rights necessarily to ensure theoretical rights are fulfilled. Some of these rights include rights to equality education, rights to opportunities to develop personally, rights to opportunities to develop socially, right to an educational contract, right to equal treatment, right to students' involvement in institutional decision-making, right to information on all students' rights and responsibilities, rights to be provided educational materials while attending institutions of education, right to transportation, right to meals, right to medical attention while attending school, right to the protection of students' information. This was my speech, and thank you for your attention.
Your speech was simple, wonderful. I love that you speak about rights of Romanian students, and yes, because we are an European country, we can say we are blessed and lucky. Our students has the rights. Maybe the situation is a little bit better than in another countries from the world, but be sure that there's something is missing as well. They have rights, but with limitations. Am I right,
Well,
Simon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no country is perfect, I guess.
Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. So I will share a short video with you now about students' rights, and after that I will give the floor to Sejal. I hope her internet is good and she will stay with us today.
Just by walking into the school, you don't lose your rights to free speech. In the words of the Supreme Court, you don't shed your constitutional rights to freedom of speech or expression at the schoolhouse gate. And that makes a lot of sense, right? The whole point of school is to teach you how to exist in society beyond school, exist in a society where the Constitution protects your rights.
Does that mean that students have the same rights in school that other people have outside of school to speak freely?
Not exactly. Schools do have the power to regulate students during school hours and on school property. So what that means for you with regard to speech is that you can speak out in school as long as you're not disrupting the functioning of the school. And so the key word there is disrupting. And that's a pretty hard word.
It's an interesting word because, again, what's the point of political protest but to disrupt? We want to disrupt the status quo. We're getting together to protest because we want to cause disruption. The key thing is that you're not supposed to be disrupting the functioning of the school, but you very much should be disrupting the way things are in our society. This sometimes comes up in the school context when schools try to impose discipline on students for the political messages that they wear on their clothing. And so, as you know, many of you probably go to schools that have dress codes. Schools can have dress codes as long as they're applied equally to everybody. A school could say to students, you can't wear baseball hats. But they couldn't say to students, you're allowed to wear baseball hats except ACLU hats, or except NRA hats, or except New York Yankees hats if you're in the South. If they have a rule that allows hats, they can't punish you for the content of that clothing. But that doesn't mean that schools don't do it, often in inappropriate circumstances.
Okay, thank you. Sejal, over to you.
Thank you so much. I would like to invite the next speaker.
Please feel free and raise your hand. Georgie, are you with us? Everybody has problem with connection today. Georgie? From where is Georgie? Georgie
George is
from Georgia. Are you with us? He was speaking a little. No? Georgie, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. I'm sorry.
Okay, welcome. I cannot see you also. What happened today? Ah, I see you now. Yes, welcome. Please
Thank you.
introduce yourself and after that go on with.
I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, sure.
Hello to all of you. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself to all the contestants. I am a 50 years old student from the occupied part of Georgia, from occupied Abkhazia. I live in Gali district with a population with ethnic Georgians. We live in a small village. The word students' right means a lot to me. It is associated with freedom and light, future, knowledge and success. Unfortunately, the government in my area usually does not provide and support all our legal rights. District the right to receive an education in our native languages in Prasai Abkhazia. Authorities restrict this right from ethnic Georgians. My first language, most of the population of Gali is Mingrillian. A related but distinct language to Georgian. Most Mingrillian speakers identify as being ethnic Georgians and accorded Georgian to be one of their native language. Georgians Mingrillians. There are strict recent or teaching in Georgian's language. The process of switching, the process of switching to Russian medium teacher has been stepped in our recent year. Ours period from 1994 to 2021. Georgian language is gradually began to be displayed by Russian in all schools due to Abkhazian government policies to restrain teachers in Georgian. This is problem even for the teachers because they are mainly Georgians and the majority of them graduated Georgian schools and university, so they struggle with languages barrier. They can't provide high quality teaching in Russian and give pupils enough of a ability in their language. What? Ability in languages to all of them to content their study in Sukhumi. The capital of Abkhazia or Russian, the teacher are not well quietly, and the quality of teacher is very poor, while the Abkhazia authorities make it easy for Gali students to study in university in Sukhumi, where the languages of student in Russian, they do not allow Georgian people. They study their native languages at school. As a result, for our children, it becomes more and more difficult to pass the Georgian national exam and study in Georgian university. Even they understand the instruction in Georgian. In recent year, the Georgian government simplified the enrollment process in Georgian universities for our pupils, and most of the students from the low zone, as they call the village of Gali district, go to Georgian University. In low zone, Georgian and taught as foreign languages 2 times a week. Of course, this is not enough to study the languages properly. In countries, they give the Russian languages lesson even 2 of the week, and all subjects are taught in Russian. Even when we have the breaks between the lessons, we don't have the right to speak in Georgian with each other. It's not easy for me and learn our subject in Russian. When out of school, I hear only Georgian or Mongolian. The most important thing now is not to lose these 2 hours when we can touch Georgian as the foreign languages, each foreign twice a week. As a study, after leaving school, I'm going to study in Georgian because I am Georgian and I feel with my heart sees where the generation who does not have the rights to good education in our mother tongue. But finally, I would like to say that if I get higher education in Georgian, I can serve in Georgian and I can keep the language of my parents and grandparents and great-grandparents. Thanks you for listening.
Georgie, there was a problem. We cannot see. Ah, yes. If you can move our slides because your slides was just on remain blocked on the first slide. Your presentation was like this. So you may show us your slides because you was working on this. So would like to see the slides as well. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. I totally agree with you that if we have rights, we will do better in the future, and the education will be for sure most better. And thank you for joining this conference. Sejal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to thank Georgie again for introducing us to all the problems that students around the world face. Now I would like to invite the next speaker.
If there is someone who was not speak today, please raise your hand and let us know. If not, we go on with the next step of the program. No, maybe today we have no more speakers. So you may introduce the next part of the program.
Now I would like to present the floor to Miss Corina, ma'am, who will do some certain announcements.
Yes, I would like to talk to you again and again and again about BICAP, biggest interactive knowledge exchange program. As I told you previous days, is the program the first initiative in the world, I believe, who want to take along students from all over the world. Such of programs are in Asian countries like British Council, but there can join just Asian students. Like Erasmus in Europe, and there may join just students and teachers from Europe. But IIU, International Internship University, and Mr. Piyush Pandit give us this opportunity to dream more than that, to dream that there is a possibility to join in a tour. First tour from BICAP will be in India between 19 and 29 of October. There is a program agenda I shared with you previous days, and I would like to share with you again, just to see what we will do there. Because it's not just a trip, but it's more than that. So as you may see, there will be welcoming in New Delhi for all the students and teachers who want and will be joining us. The second day will be an introductory session, games, activities, and cultural programs. Of course, a virtual tour of India in order to prepare you for what will be in the next days, and some different activities. Next day, all together, Indian students, international students, teachers, businessmen, edupreneurs, and everybody who will join us in this tour will have a visit of historical places in Delhi. Next day, on 21, it's Agra tour. Here in a school in Agra will be a panel discussion on education system across the globe. So the students and teachers who will join us must prepare a PowerPoint, a video, something which they will present in this day. And there will be an adventure camp. I cannot disclose you more. Join us and you will see what I'm talking about. From Agra, we will travel to Jaipur, okay? And in Jaipur, there will be a vocational training on pottery making, jewelry making, handicrafts, etc. And also a tour of Jaipur. It's another state in India. The next day, there will be a workshop on robotics and introduction of artificial intelligence. IIU Sport Meets, panel discussion on sustainable development goals and role of the students in sustainable development goals. From Jaipur, we'll travel to Hyderabad, okay? And here, all the students will have country presentations. So students must prepare these before to join India tour. And a visit to Ramoji Film City, it's something I get to know just a few days ago what this is about, because was something interesting for me. What's Ramoji Film City? I will not disclose more, so join us. Next day will be also in Hyderabad, and there will be a workshop on space science and the latest developments in science, and on workshop on STEM education. In those workshops, all the students will be involved. There will be mixed teams with students from different countries who will work together in workshop. And a city tour in Hyderabad. Next day, we will travel to Kolkata and we'll have a tour of this state, this city, and another workshop on 21st-century entrepreneurship skills. We'll stay in Kolkata one day more for an international curator and also a group discussion, rights and responsibilities of students. Yes, because we are talking these days about voice of students, so you will get the right to express your voice in India. There will be a program like Show Your Talent and IIU annual cultural meet. From there, we will come back to Delhi because international students and teachers must return to Delhi in order to take their plane to go back to home. And in Delhi, we'll have some social activities with Swarna Bharat Parivar under Mr. Piyush Pandit. There will be tour at glance, IIU movie lunch. You will see what is this about. Of course, we will talk, we'll have discussions about biggest knowledge program, everybody will express the experience they has through 10 days in India. Certificates and memento distributions will be also on 28th of October in Delhi. Will be announced scholarship for top 20 students, Diwali celebration, gifts and closing ceremony. And next day, everybody will fly to their country.
You're making
As
us so much excited.
As you can see, my colleague shared the form and some informations here in the chat box and also in Facebook. You may get my WhatsApp number there, so you may contact me for more information. And I want to say one thing. The registration form will be closed by 1st of July, so don't lose the chance to join us to fill up the registration form and to get details about what will be next. So join us in Bike App, join us in India tour, I will be there. So I'm waiting to meet you all, to see you all, and to work together in this project. Join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And now we invite you all for open discussion to give feedback and recommendation. Please raise your hand and we will give you the floor.
Yes, please. Teachers, students, everybody want to say something, to relate something. You are most welcome to join us.
I
I
have.
don't. Yes, please, Georgie.
First of all, I would like to thank the organization for give us the opportunity to express my views on students' right. I also wish good luck to all the students and thank you again for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you too for joining us.
Thank you.
Someone else, please. Galih, what? Tell us something, because you impressed me today with your speech. So you must say something more today.
Well, well, honestly,
Well,
actually, don't.
well,
Oh, I actually don't think I have anything else to say other than like thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity, this wonderful opportunity to have this speech and to have this uh event, this program. It's actually really cool. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I have actually any other thing to say because
listen, it's your right to visit India, yes? So take the chance, fill the form, okay?
wait. Hold on, wait. A trip to India, wait.
Why not? Everything is
Wait,
possible one day.
wait, hold on. I'm confused.
Okay.
Okay,
Think about
okay.
this, Gary. Think about this. Fill the form.
How about the tickets and stuff though? I don't think I can afford it.
You may got some funds from, I don't know, maybe from the school or from the council of the city. There will be official invitations. So everything will be official, okay? Nothing
see.
will be just like a trip. It's a cultural and academic exchange between students from different countries. So everything will be official. Join us.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Think about
Seems
this.
interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Someone else? Laura, I can see you up on your camera.
Hello, everyone.
Hello and
And thank
welcome.
you and congratulations for this great initiative. Students are the future of our society, and you are doing an amazing thing by giving them a voice. Yes, their voice matters, and you need to make them understand their rights and know that they have something to say. They are building the world of tomorrow. So congratulations for this. And congratulations, students, for stepping forward and expressing your views. You are wonderful. You are all amazing.
Yes, they are. Really,
Thank
they
you.
are.
Thank you for
Thank you,
inviting
Laura.
me.
And maybe
And the
you.
trip to India is a great idea. You should.
So take the chance. Join us. Thank you. I wanted to say, do you know with what you have to start when you are thinking about your rights? About your expressing your voice? Hmm?
We have to start by ourselves.
You have to start by knowing your rights. If you don't know your rights, you will cannot express your voice. So
Yeah.
search, research, and know your rights and express your voice. Okay, someone
Well,
else?
I think rights don't need the research. It's we have to know it like it's I don't know how to say it exactly, but
Yes, yes, somehow I agree with you. Rights don't need the research, but you know, as we told before, each country has different laws. Let's to say like this. So we must know about our rights. Okay, there is Nana from Georgia. Welcome, Nana.
Okay, good afternoon from Georgia. It was a very great session and the students were very great as well. I congratulate all of them and I'm so proud and I'm so happy that all of them are fighting about their rights, and I think that it will help for building the new globalized environment, and it will help to make peace in every country, and we need this peace the most of all, because we are in war in 30 years during the 30 years, and it's very difficult situation, and the representative of my country, George, is now living in the place where is the war during 30 years, yes. And especially they are fighting about their rights, and they are trying to get the education for the future. They're fighting 18 years for then getting to universities where they can get their freedom and they can get their justice. And for this, they are fighting. And I think that for that age, I think that it is very difficult. Yes, maybe you agree with me. Yes. Okay. But our country, Georgia, is supporting them, and even one student's right is for one student. Even we are changing the laws, and we are making everything for them, and for this we are supporting them. And I think that for this reason, and for the effect of that, we are saving our occupied territories with leaving our citizens there. I think we are saving just in this method, that we are supporting them in every case and every direction. I think that this such kind of and what is doing IIU, it is the greatest thing, because they are feeling themselves that they are free, and that they are the part of the world, and not just living in these occupied territories. And just through this 1 hour or through these 2 hours, and just when we are working, for example, with this presentation, even they are feeling themselves free, and they are not thinking about what is happening out of their gates. And for this, they are very happy. And thank you for making them happy together with us. And thank you all the students as well, because I think that we all will be friends in the future. And I don't know, I can't make sure for this, but I will try to take them to trip to India. Maybe it will be. I don't know. Yes, let's first I will begin to find the funding. And even one or two, if it will be possible. I think that it will be the motivation for others, more than 3,000 students who are living in that slave situation there, and who are trying to save themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nana. I really cannot imagine how it is to live in a country under occupation and there to be not totally peace, not I don't know. I hope and I pray to God in each country for each student there to be the same rights and our role as teachers it's just to empower them, as I always said. It's our role to empower our students, to give them a voice, and why not sometimes to be their advocates in many cases. It's our role. Okay, thank you very much. Sahar or someone else, please.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm really happy to hear this, like others' country problems and like have some informations because I'm from Yemen and my country have a lot of this education problem because of war, hunger, and this problem. So why I'm leaving China? This is one of my problems. And honestly, because of that certifications, so I'm not learning in Yemen's schools or like system
Yeah.
or Yemen education system. This is big problems that we have it as a student. Like me, if I want to go to the university now, I have to study for about like not this 6 years only for the high
Oh.
school because
Wow.
yeah, because I need to learn the Chinese as well or the English as well. Then I can go to the school and get them like certifications. That was the problem I have really. Like, now I have to be in the university, but because of my certification, I really go to the school, and that's the really big problems that we have it. I'm talking about tomorrow. I prepared my speech and what are the problems, and really it's gonna be hard to hear that.
Yes, thank you very much, Sahar. We will wait for you tomorrow for your speech, of course. But I want to say one thing. You are with us today. You express your voice. So doesn't matter how hard it's to do this. You are a girl as well, okay? So as you know, all the time boys and men think they are better than girls. They can do more than girls. Look, look, have a look. She's a lady, okay, and she study hard for what? For her rights. So education is the first and primordial right of the student. Hats off to you, congratulations, and waiting for you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to attend IIU event.
Happy to have you with us. Okay, so by this I cannot see any hand raised now. So Sejal, you can close the you can have final words.
Wow, what an amazing and unique event by International Internship University and International Student Development Council. We like to believe that any beautiful, creative, and lasting collaboration is a step forward for the future for education. Only together we can create leaders who perform day by day heroic acts with great dedication. Heroes inspire with their power to give with intelligence, that open minds, that challenges people with questions to explore new horizons. Because we are unique, and this day will give us an extra reason to share with each other that the love, to let them know us better. It's my privilege to give the vote of thanks.
Your microphone is closed, Sejal.
Yes, ma'am, I would like to continue. No words to express my gratitude to our guest speakers for the day. You all are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, organizing team, for being so supportive. It was also a great experience for me as a host when we have such a galaxy of brilliant students from all over the world and such a nice audience on Facebook like to be a part of this wonderful event. Thank you all and same place.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See
Bye.
you.